to You Can Do It Too, a podcast highlighting regular folks who followed their dreams and made it happen. I'm Joan Hutchinson, your restaurant maven. I've been described as a risk taker, though I never thought of myself that way. My mom always told me I could do or be whatever I wanted as long as I set my mind to it, and I believed her. I ran a successful catering company that led to owning and operating a top 10 Orange County restaurant and catering venue, prior to earning a bachelor's degree in business management and marketing. You know what I learned by going to school after all of that? You don't need a degree to accomplish your dreams. You need drive, passion, and a belief in yourself. You also need some caring folks who support you and believe in you. I didn't need a formula to tell me how to properly staff for a week. I needed common sense and a deep care for creating outstanding dining experiences for my guests. I've been coaching and consulting with salespeople and small business owners for the last few years and blogging with business advice. I just wanted to do more, to reach more of you. I decided to talk with folks I admire, who kick ass at what they do, to show you that you can do it too. Well, hello and welcome to You Can Do It Too. I'm Joan Hutchinson, your restaurant maven. I'm a hospitality business coach and consultant, as well as an accountability coach and a public speaker. I created You Can Do It Too so I could share with as many folks as possible that you, have the power to be successful and make your dreams come true. To be honest, I also did it to inspire me, because I personally have struggled with bringing my ideas to life. I've been afraid to step out of my comfort zone and make things happen. I needed a resource to help keep me on track and moving forward. I've been wanting to do something like this podcast for a long time. I listen to podcasts, read inspirational self-help books, and I've invested in courses and seminars. At what point do I decide that I'm ready to go for it, ready to make the move towards creating the life I truly want? This has been my struggle. I'm wondering if it's yours too. I decided to go for it with You Can Do It Too. At some point, you just have to do it, right? Thinking about actually inviting successful people to be on the podcast and then recording made me nervous and a little afraid. But I did it anyway. Today, I'm going to talk about 3 steps you must take. 1, create a positive mindset. Act as if, I'll explain. And 3, and probably the most important, take care of yourself first. I've been talking with successful people about the obstacles they faced and how they overcame them. I needed that inspiration, and I knew you would benefit from listening too. Here's what struck me as I've been doing this. Most of these folks don't see these obstacles as something to be afraid of. Amy Gale with Anchored Root Vineyard and Winery called them hiccups. She said she knew she was on the right path, so when the hiccups came up, she and her partner found ways around them. Brianna Schrader, photography entrepreneur, said it was sink or swim, and I was going to swim. She gave herself 6 months to make it, and she exceeded that goal. Ginny St. Lawrence, entrepreneur, artist, blogger, she called them opportunities. She said, like anything in life, from these opportunities, you grow. There's always something to learn. I was listening on another podcast to Jamie Kern Lima, owner of It Cosmetics, founder of It Cosmetics. She said, it's a knowing. She said when she was told that women wouldn't want to buy makeup from someone who looked like her, she didn't get mad. She felt stronger about her goal, and she knew she was meant to do it. So it's the way these successful people looked at their situation that affected their actions that made them successful. They had a positive mindset. Sure, you can choose the negative view and all that goes along with it, or decide to learn from the situation, see it as an opportunity to grow, a hiccup to challenge your creativity. Like Becca Baylor, coach and recruiter, said, fear is just another form of excitement. So change the way you look at those scary situations. Now they're exciting situations. Make it a positive. What can or did I learn from it? And life will continue to get better. Look, my husband and I owned and operated a top 10 restaurant in Southern California for 7 years. We'd been looking to get out and move to the Midwest, but then 2008 hit. The economy tanked, and we lost $150,000 in event business. It broke us. We closed up shop. We filed bankruptcy, and we moved to the Midwest anyway. It was a terrible time for us. We felt like we failed our employees and ourselves. But we picked ourselves up, made the move, and started over. My husband became a chef instructor at a culinary school, and he really enjoyed it. It took a long time for me to get over the feelings of failure, but I did. I reinvented myself. During that time, jobs were hard to come by. Since I didn't have a degree, I would get kicked out of online job applications for management roles. The economy was in bad shape, so companies weren't taking risks on people without degrees, even though in my mind, those people that they were taking risks on didn't have the experience that I had. That degree gave them the edge. So I decided that was the reason I wasn't getting those jobs or those interviews. So I got it. I decided to go get a degree. I had 2 kids in middle school. I was working 2 waitressing jobs so we could make ends meet. But I went to school anyway. Getting that degree reminded me of what my mom always told me. You can do anything you set your mind to. It wasn't easy raising 2 kids, working full time and going to school full time, but I had that goal in mind and I did it. The classes I took in school proved to me that I knew what I was doing while running that restaurant. I understood business and how to run one. It gave me validation. That was the number one thing it did for me. Funny, I have always considered myself lucky. Other people might look at my life and not think so. My dad died when I was 3. Mom had 6 girls at home from the age of 3 to 13. She powered through and set the best example a mom could. She was going to school at the time when my father died to be a teacher. She continued going to school. She finished, she did what she set her mind to. She took care of that house single-handedly. She painted the entire house every few years all by herself. She redid the backsplash in the kitchen on her own. She repurposed furniture, reupholstered. She made ends meet. And she always told us we were beautiful, smart, and could do anything we wanted to. I was so lucky. When we shut down that restaurant, my faith was shaken. But I kept hearing my mom's words. I thank God for the opportunities to grow and learn, and I made life happen for me. Okay, so that's number 1. Have a positive mindset. Don't let those negative thoughts interfere with the progress you could be making. Before we go on to number 2 and 3, we need to take a break to hear from our sponsors. So sit tight. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Joan Hutchinson, and you're listening to the You Can Do It Too podcast. Today, we're talking about 3 steps you must take to be successful. We already talked about the first, have a positive mindset. Now, number 2, act as if. What does that mean, act as if? Does it mean that I want to make $1 million, so I should go out, get a loan, buy a Ferrari, wear Armani suits? No, that's not what it means. Now, I've heard many motivational speakers say, act as if. I've heard it over and over again. I never really got it until just recently. So, we have a house in the woods in a vacation area of Wisconsin that we rent out. There isn't a lot of storage where we live, so we tend to put things that we want to keep but don't have a space for in that house. So, are we really going to rent that house out with all that junk in it? No. If we plan to rent it, we need to clean up the space and prepare for guests. We need to act like they are coming, and they will. You get it? So, what do? We have to get the licensing. We need to be inspected. We need to clean up the space. We need to make sure that we have beds and linens and extra linens. And we need to make sure the appliances work, the lighting works, the plumbing works. Secure the permits, I already said. Get inspected. Research how to price. Post it on the rental websites. We had to look at other, rentals in the area so we knew we were in line with that. All of that we had to do before renting. But the whole time we were acting like renters were going to come. We're cleaning it up because they're coming. We're getting it ready because they're coming. We're acting as if they're already booked, right? So you want to be a business owner. What kind of business? What do you know about that business? What don't you know about that business? How can you learn what you don't know about that business? Understand what I'm talking about here? This is a way to set your goals and actually reach them. Your goal is the business. The mile markers are taking a class about said business, getting certified or licensed if it's required, buying the required equipment, creating a website so customers can find you, marketing your concept, going for it. Okay, here's another example. Base jumping. So I'm standing at the edge of the cliff. Am I really going to jump off of that cliff without doing what I need to do to secure that I'm going to live after jumping off that cliff? I really want to jump, but before I do, I might have to have a permit. I'm going to have to figure out where I'm going to jump, right? I knew I want to base jump. So I read up, I research, I watched some how-to videos, did my skydiving, bought the suit, planned my route, scheduled my pickup, act as if it would happen. Okay. Act as if it would happen. Prepare and do the work. Eric Lofholm says, do what you know. So if you're a salesperson, you know you have to make phone calls to get an appointment. So make the phone calls. To be a teacher, you have to have a teaching degree. So go to school. Look at what you want, which is your end goal. Figure out what's required to get there. And then, and this is the hard part, take action. Actually do it. Reframe the fear that's associated with doing it, failure, whatever's holding you back. I don't want to spend the money and then it not be what I want. Do the research, do the work, and make it happen. Reframe that fear, whatever's holding you back. It's not fear, it's excitement. It's an adventure. Take the action. Probably the most repeated quote of all time. Life is either a daring adventure or it isn't. Helen Keller said that. I'll take the adventure. Ralph Marston said, the only opportunity you'll ever have for action is the moment you're in. You have the desire, you have this moment, You have knowledge, experience, and adaptability. Put it all to good use right now and get it done. Trust the work you've done to prepare and take action. Take that action. So, number 2, I say act as if, take action, right? They're all the same. Now, for what I consider the most important step number 3, take care of yourself first. Okay, like they say on the airplane, in the event of a change in cabin pressure, put the oxygen mask on yourself first, then help those around you. You must put that oxygen mask on yourself first. You must take care of you. You need to do some soul searching before you start pushing yourself towards a goal. You've got to take some time to really understand what you want from life. I mean, what you truly want. Okay? It's like looking for a life partner. You have to have the same values, right? In order for that relationship to last and endure the hard times, the struggles. Let's face it, marriage isn't always easy and you've got to work through some things, right? So you must think about what's important to you. What are your values? What are you good at? What is your heart screaming out that you must do to make yourself happy? You've got to take some time to work on yourself. One of my first accountability coaching clients was a top salesperson, one of the top in her field. But when she came to me and we started working together, she said, "This is going to be my worst year yet." Wow. Okay, so she's a top salesperson and she's coming to me and saying, "This is going to be my worst year yet." And I said, "Hey, why don't we work together? Why don't we work on creating the best year yet for you? Let's get you through this." It's just a mindset that needs to be changed, right? And when I worked with that salesperson who asked for my help, we spent 3 months talking about personal goals, talking about what makes us happy, what makes her happy, what's important to her in her life, not her business. What is interesting is her sales started to go up. She was working on her, not her business, and her sales started to improve. Interesting, isn't it? She started focusing on what made her happy and what she wanted out of life. She found her why that was going to drive her to success, drive her to succeed, drive her to take the actions required to reach her goals. And guess what? It worked. She made it into the top 20 in her company that year. So she went from saying, "I'm not going to make it. It's going to be my worst year ever," to being invited to the trip that company took their top salespeople on every year. Pretty amazing, huh? 3 months, 3 months of working on her personal goals, what she wanted out of life. You know, as an entrepreneur, you can't really separate life and work. It's all the same. Your business is you. There is no life-work balance. It's all the same. So you've got to decide what's important to you. If your family is number one, then you choose your family. When things come up, you find someone else to take that job, or you have someone fill in for you, or you get one of your employees to take the lead role so that you have the time to spend with your family. Okay, so let's recap. 3 steps you need to take to be successful. The one most important, take care of you, soul search, and discover what is truly important to you. Number 2, create a positive mindset. Choose to learn and grow. And act as if. Take action. You can do it. I am so looking forward to talking with more incredible people on this show. On Sunday, March 19th, I'll be talking with Nicole Phillips, a wife, mom, PH athlete, HR guru, and cancer survivor. She has so much wisdom to share about setting and reaching goals and overcoming adversity. Be sure to join us for that one. And on Sunday, April 2nd, I'm joined by Ann Gannon, former professional golfer turned CPA and author. We'll be talking about her experiences helping restaurants navigate their way through the pandemic. Thanks so much for listening today. I am grateful for this opportunity to grow with you. Thank you to Chris Hutchinson for producing all of these episodes. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to You Can Do It Too on Spotify, Anchor, and Apple Podcasts, and share your favorite episodes. Follow your Restaurant Maven on social media channels and share. And if you're looking for help with your restaurant business, check out yourrestaurantmaven.com, read my blog, and connect with me for coaching and consulting opportunities. See you next time.